The Imperium is a large and unwieldy thing with lots of enemies of several different types eating away at it from the outside and within. In this video, I hope to rather quickly touch on a number of them, as to prepare you for when you come across them in your Deathwatch RPG adventures. As a quick note, I will not be talking about Chaos here, even though it is one of the biggest enemies and threats to the Imperium, as Chaos will be getting its own video, so back to this video. First up, the dreaded Green Tide, Orcs. Orcs are green-skinned monsters that live only to fight, joyously spreading carnage and mayhem wherever they go. Though classified by the Ordo Xenos as sentient life, they seem to have no concept of their own mortality, easily throwing themselves into danger if there is any chance of there being a good fight. So great is the Orcs' need for battle that they fight amongst themselves if no enemies are near. This constant conflict ensures that only the very strongest, toughest, meanest, and loudest of the Orcs survive to face their enemies. It is lucky for us that they constantly fight amongst themselves, as they are the most numerous of all the races in the Warhammer 40k universe, and if all their attention should ever be focused on one thing, woe to them. Every now and then, a truly nasty Orc war boss will climb to the top and dominate several clans. This action leads to an Orc Wa. Orc Was can engulf entire regions of space, their surviving populations being enslaved to make the Orcs more weapons, fueling the Wa, or simply to be eaten, fueling the Orcs themselves. Next up, we have the Great Devourer, the Tyranids. The Tyranids are a race of ravenously hungry aliens. They have traveled through the cold darkness of space, hibernating for eons in order to feed upon the planets of our galaxy. Now they have awakened, sinking their tendrils ever deeper into populated regions of space like a galactic plague of locusts. The Tyranid race is constantly evolving and adapting at an accelerated level. An example of this, when they come across something, a species, a race, a specific type of warrior, what have you, that can actually put up a fight, they collect the corpses to break down their genetic material to add it to the Hive Fleet as to produce new warriors evolved to deal with that threat. This constant evolutionary ability, coupled with the sheer number of them, usually spells doom for any planet that comes into contact with the Tyranid Hive Fleet. Next up, the Tau. The Tau are an alien race seeking to carve their own realm into the havoc-filled galaxy of the 41st millennium. The Tau themselves are a bipedal, blue-skinned alien race evolved from a bovine-like species upon the planet known as Tau, hence their name. The Tau Empire itself is a collection of several different species of alien races. Many have joined the Tau Empire because of their cause, and in time even those that resist are shown the light. Their cause, known to the Tau as the Greater Good, requires all individuals to set aside their own desire and cooperate for the benefit of their growing empire. They believe there is no foe their technology cannot overcome, and no quandary their science cannot resolve. If need be, even the stars will be moved for the greater good. Now we are at the Eldar.
Ancestors, guide our hands.
Before the Imperium of Man sat amongst the stars, before humanity crawled forth from the chaotic maelstrom of Terra's oceans, the Eldar Empire ruled all. They were the masters of the stars, and none were their equal. Despite this strength and power, the very heart and core of their empire were ripped out by a devastating catastrophe. A catastrophe made even more somber by the fact it was of their own making. Now a fraction of them remain, and they are scattered around the galaxy in craft world fleets, no home to call their own. The Eldar fight a meticulous battle, using their great skill and ancient technology to keep them from being consumed by one of the gods of chaos upon their death, denying them even the peace of death itself. This catastrophe also led to a split in their philosophy and outlook on life, leading some Eldar to take a more hedonistic and sadistic turn. The Ordo Xenos label these types as Dark Eldar. They are mostly pirates and slavers, raiding planets in lightning strike fashion for goods. These goods often include members of the raided planet's population as slaves, who are then taken back to the Dark Eldar's home city, which is rumored to lie in the bowels of the Webway, and it is there they are subjugated to horrendous tortures and depravities worse than death. And finally, we have the Necrons.
Death has come for you at last.
The Necrons were once the rulers of the galaxy, in a time long before the Eldar even rose to power. For long eons they have slumbered in their underground stasis crypts, waiting for the galaxy to finish healing itself from a long-forgotten great war that nearly tore it to pieces. They have started to rise from their slumber and now seek to eradicate all lesser life forms, which is anything that is not Necron, and reclaim the tomb worlds of its empire of old. Thank you for watching my Deathwatch RPG video about the enemies of the Imperium. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it, and I honestly hope it was at the very least slightly informative. Thanks for watching.